Hi, welcome. My name is Joanna and this is How We School. If you're new here, welcome. As I said, I'm Joanna and I'm usually here with my son Julian, but he chose not to be in this video, which is completely okay. Sometimes he wants to be in them and sometimes he doesn't. And if you're returning, welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about the bird study we did with two other families this year. We wrapped it up back, I want to say in the beginning of December, end of November, we wrapped up this bird study together. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen pictures of it already. But I wanted to come back because I had shared a lot of the items I had purchased for this bird study through Rainbow Resource back at the beginning of the school year. And I wanted to share what we used and what we loved. If you don't see it here, it probably wasn't used or loved. So I'm gonna share the things that we really did enjoy using and explain how we use these items. I will link things below. And if you have any questions, anything, let me know. We have just started our mammal study. So hopefully in a few months, I'll be back to wrap that one up with you guys. So I'm gonna start with the first thing I purchased. This was not from Rainbow Resource, but off of Amazon. I had ordered a pack of these journals. And the kids on the first day, our first topic was what is a bird? And the kids each chose a bird they wanted to specifically study. So while we taught them the general things about a bird, they got to go home and then study it specifically on their bird. Julian chose the black-capped chickadee. And on the first day, the kids decorated their covers to their journals, and Julian wrote my bird study 21-22 for the school year. And this was actually from a project later on during the bird study that I will share with you guys. So this is the journals, and you'll see this was on our first walk. These were the bird sounds he heard on the first walk. He saw a tufted titmouse that day and drew it. We have what is a bird. He did the taxonomy, and he loves to do fun facts. He loves books with fun facts in them too, so it's not a surprise. And he also loves like graphic novels and comics. So when you see me looking up, it's because he's right here watching me. So if you see my eyes glance that way, it's because he's right there watching me. See, he's waving. So he has some fun facts, and he's got little people talking. It's so perfect for him. He's got a little bird hanging out over here. Super cute. Birds I saw. He wrote them down. And then, of course, another fun fact. When we studied the parts of a bird, we did that in there. We talked about eggs. And you can't even see, but there's a little egg up there. And then he's got this. He tried to do life-size eggs. And then he wrote smallest and biggest, which was really fun. And since we have been talking about superlatives, that was fun. When we did nests and eggs and life cycles, beaks and feet is in here as well. Habitat and feathers, so much stuff. More feathers. Sometimes the moms brought printouts that the kids could cut and paste, or they could write the information themselves. A feather that was found and a feather he cut. I think that wraps it up because he does have a wrap up. All the kids on the last day, it was kind of like a celebration. They each were able to talk about their bird and what they had studied about their bird. And Jam made a board. And you can tell that we use, but we really do like lap books. So he made like a big lap book on the black-capped chickadee. Let's see if you can see all that. Can you see that? Isn't that amazing? So you can't even see, but this is information underneath each flap here. It's got taxonomy. He's got bird anatomy and range. So really cute stuff in here. I think he's got a map. He's got lots of little fun facts everywhere. This is the nest and the eggs. And under here, this is more. It says lift here. So when you lift, you can see their nest. And it's a real picture that he printed out. He's got these trees. I don't know if the trees did anything. Oh, it's got more. It's about the habitat on there. You can see his writing. Here's the beak. It says they have a short bill, but this is super cute. It opens and you can see what they eat. Put it on these little brads so that you can open and close the mouth. Then we have some more fun facts about feathers. It's just super cute. It was just a lot of fun to see what they each put together and what they said about their birds and what they learned during the study. Now, as far as what we used as mamas, it's 3 of us, but this is the stuff that I had purchased and things that I already had at home as well. This one I did not also get from Rainbow. I want to say I got this from Book Outlet. So question and answer birds. Sorry, my light is going to glare on this, but it's getting dark. And I don't know. I thought the sun was going to stay up a little later today. So this is a Smithsonian question and answers book on birds. And so I don't know quite as much about birds. So whenever we were studying something, this is what I liked. This has like here, this word nest making. It has a whole bunch of questions and answers on nest making. I would try to study up before going to meet up with these kids. So I seemed like I know more about what I'm talking about with them that I do. But it is nice to not have to look something up right then and there, and also to just, you know, kind of have answers. But I don't always have the answers, but this definitely helped me. So this was one of the books I enjoyed having for myself. The kids didn't use this. This was for me. These were 2 books that I used quite a lot at home to help me also prepare. Is The Life Cycle of a Bird and What is a Bird? And these are Bobby Cowman books. And I like them because they have real pictures and they have illustrations. So you've got like a real picture here, and then you've got some illustrations here. And the information is not too big, but it's good. It's got a lot of vocabulary for the kids. So I really enjoyed it. And then it's just easier for me too. It's got this great table of contents in the front. Boom, open it up. What do I need? Oh, what is a bird? What is a life cycle? Eggs, nesting, mating. I just open up to that page, read it, and have it ready for the kids. And it also helps to decide like what kind of activity you want to do. But this one had everything because it was, you know, the bird's body, the beaks, the feet, the feathers, why do they fly, what's for dinner, where do they live, their songs, their eggs and chicks. So it was everything and not too long. Even your child could just read the pages on it very quickly. It's got in the back the words to know. So if you wanted to do vocabulary, that's a lot of fun. Now, these are the 2 books I used a lot, and you can tell because they've got tabs on them. So these pretty much were the books that we used to plan out the topics and items like that. This is Exploring Birds activity for kids. And it says it's for ages 8 to 12, but I think it's, you know, you can definitely use it with the younger crowd. If you saw in Jam's book, his journal, he had the bird anatomy, and I actually just copied that out of here, and then we pasted it to the book. I'm trying to see if I find that page now. Of course I'm not. No. Here it is. This right here. We copied it, cut it, and used it, and it was perfect. You're supposed to use it in the book, but I just couldn't get myself to let him write in the book. I don't know why. So we did that. When we did beaks and bills, as you can see, I had it marked off. And it gives you activities to do with that, which one of the moms had that day, because we switched off days and topics. We made the topics, and then we all switched off on which days we would present to the kids. It was great because she kind of did, which is in this book. The next book I was going to show you is this Birds Smithsonian's book. It's not a big one. It's nice and thin, so easy for us to carry with us when we go to the park, because this was an outdoor study. So she used this page talking about beaks, and it was perfect because it compares it to real items. And she brought little things like seeds and water to be nectar and things like that. And she brought materials for the kids to use to see which one was the perfect beak for which foods. So that was a lot of fun. So I enjoyed this one. It had activities and explanations and lots of things like that. So this I recommend, really good for planning and activities. And this one, again, just a lot of information, and just the images are great. Let's see what I have marked off here. Even just when we were studying what is a bird, and So this is the family tree, and you have all the different families, bird families in there. So much fun. We really had a lot of fun with this. Jam, you had a lot of fun with it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? It was a fun study. We did a lot of things. So I'm trying to think what else really quick. I have a lot of books. I'm not going to share too many just because I could do actually a whole video just on the books. But this, Julian got this for Christmas, right? And this was at one of the nature centers we used. It's a thumbs. He had this on his wish list because it plays so many bird songs over here. This was a big one for him. He loved it. This was great for the Birds and Feathers Day. Because it was just little things about, it's just little things about the feathers. And it's a beautiful book. And the cover is also gorgeous.
Here's an example for a bird.
Yes. And then it has a number, and you go to that page, not that page, but each bird has the number, call on it. And it's a lot of fun. They would play with this book at the nature center. So that was a good one. These were two simple and beautiful nesting books. This is Nesting by Henry Cole, and we love Henry Cole books. We read, oh gosh, A Nest for Celeste, and what was the next one after that? There was a second Celeste book.
A Home?
A Home for Celeste?
I think A Home for Celeste.
And we read some other Henry Cole books, and we love it. So this was a picture book by him, and we loved it. We love his drawing style. And then Mama Built a Little Nest is another good one. It has lots of different birds in their nests in here. It's a good little picture book. This is a great one for beaks. I have one for wings, but you know what? It has other things besides birds in it. Be careful, he's kicking the stand. So this one's perfect though for birds and beaks. And now this one is one of our favorites, My Happy Year by E. Bluebird. Really, it's written by, I know, by Paul Meisel. And it's E. Bluebird, Eastern Bluebird. And it's beautiful because he starts his life on June 1st, which is Julian's birthday. And then you go through his whole life, but it's also got like so much wonderful information on here. So if you're ever, this is a great one. It's just so fun. Right? This is the one that starts on June 1st?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm like, great. I love it. So it starts off as he's a little chick, and you go through his whole life. Has a glossary in the end and more information. But it's just a fun book, and we love this one. It's a super sweet picture book. I love Jim Arnasky books. So this is a great one when you're talking about birds of prey, but it does have, I think, vultures in here. And they're not really considered birds of prey. They are more scavengers. But I love his books because I love his artwork. And you really, really can tell that he loves nature in all his books. Even the introductions are amazing. So it's like this. And this was a good one for beaks and feet as well, the week we did that. And these pages open up. I don't even know if you can see. Do I have it? Yes. And the other side opens up as well. Isn't that amazing? And I love, look at this. Like, it's just beautiful. It's like a nature journal almost. So I definitely recommend that one. Okay, I think that's all the books. Now I can show you, let's go with Printables. I'm like, I don't know what else we used, but we had Printables when we talked about I don't even know if you can see it because of that light. When we talked about, the kids had these little cutouts for their journals or just for their lives to hold. It told them the AVs and what that meant. We had types of birds, bird nests, and bird eggs. And these printables are from Honeycomb Cabin. I'll be sure to list those below. Here you can see Julian's work where he labeled the parts of an egg. And I don't believe this one was Honeycomb Cabin. I'm not sure. I'll find out and I will put that in the description below. And we had, I don't know where I put his that are filled out. So I'll just share the blank ones I have. These are also from Honeycomb Cabin. It's the bird anatomy of the skeletal structure, and then for the black cat chickadee. And we have control cards for these, but I also couldn't find them today. And here you'll see more of Jam's work finished up from when we were doing beaks and feet. And then Mama printed out these little pages. She printed out 2 at a time so they could put them in their journal. And he did, actually. He wanted me to print it big, and he cut out the ones he wanted and put them together in his journal. So I'm sure you saw them in there somewhere. What else? Oh, design your own feather. Also from Honeycomb Cabin. So I'll definitely leave her link below. I love her work. The kids designed their own feathers. I designed one too. I don't know where I put mine. Anatomy of a feather. And then we did not cut these out yet. These feather cards. And we got to look at feathers below the microscope, and that was a lot of fun and very interesting. And then we also had these cards. Oh, I don't know where the one I'm looking for went. These are from, I believe, I want to say Tanglewood Hollow. And this was the one Julian pulled out because it was the black cap chickadee, and gives you some information, shows you the egg, and obviously an image of the bird. So we had a few of those. We also had the egg anatomy ones from Honeycomb Cabin, and her nest ones, her nest cards, which I love because then it comes with these. So they're 4-part cards, yes. And it has the information about each nest. And I really appreciate that for Jam's learning purposes. He likes that as well. So those were most of the printables we used. Then we had games. The games we didn't play with the group, did we? No. So the games we did at home together. And of course, we love Professor Noggins. This is a hit always. Match a pair of birds. This was our first time with this one. I think this was one of the ones I got from Rainbow Resource. We loved it. This is from Mirustoys. I have to pull it out of the bag because you can't really see. It's these puzzles, and it's got like a bird and food on another one, and you have to match up it would help if I showed the picture, the right bird with the right food. So let me see, I did the toucan and the cherry. Isn't that cute? And then it comes, of course, with some information cards about each kind of beak or bill. So that's really fun. We enjoy that one. And bird bingo. This never gets old. We love it. And we have ocean bingo as well. Still, you can have them all. It doesn't get old, really. Some of the activities I have that the kids did were they carved out stamps. So this was the nesting stamp Jam made. He also made a feather one. I don't have that one. But if you saw it, it was on the front of his journal. So once he made it, he stamped his journal, and that was fun. Hold on, his papers fell out of him. He has some loose papers in here. Fell out of his journal, and I don't want to get yelled at. Sorry if you just saw the top of my head and all my gray hair. And one of the mamas is a woodworking mama, and she brought the pieces and the nails for a birdhouse, and that was on the last day of our study. She made these. I am not so much of a woodworker, but it's already so. Oh, go ahead.
Unfortunately, we mixed up pieces.
Yes, the kids ended up mixing some of their pieces, so they didn't turn out exactly perfect because she had cut each one perfectly for its pieces, and somehow they got spread out all over the table, but we managed to each make our birdhouse. I like to work a little bit more maybe with my fingers, and I have already sewn it onto a pendant hanging, but I made each child a little felt patch with a little bluebird. I went with a bluebird because nobody has a bluebird chosen as their bird, so this way nobody would be like, it's my bird. So I went with a little bluebird patch for each kid. And another mama, much more savvy on the computer than we are, she made each of the kids their own little certificate to certify that they completed the naturology course of North American birds, and they're now junior ornithologists. So we had a lot of fun with this study, and now we're working on the mammals. As you can see, it went from bird, and we're flipping the book over so that we use it all up. Is going to be mammals on this side, and we're super excited, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what items we actually used. These were the ones that got used the most. Our hands touched these the most. My hands touched these the most. We used these items the most. We had a lot of fun. I have so many picture books and resource books we used, but these were the ones I used the most. Otherwise, this would be an hour-long video and nobody would watch. But these are the things. If you do want me to make a video with the picture books, the resource books, and the books I used, let me know and I can make a video on that. But for the most part, like with just this, these two, and probably these two, you can do a whole, you know, these were like the spines for me for this study. And of course, there's tons of stuff online. And just the printables we had from Honeycomb Cabin, it was more than enough. We had a great time. The games were good. I'm trying to think. And just really being out in nature together, discussing birds was a lot of fun. So if you have any questions, you can leave them down in the comments below. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.